3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Hi, this is Alex Jones. This holiday season, more than half of our nation is in need of help due to the shattered economy. So now is the time to express the holiday spirit more than ever. Consider helping those you love with the most important gift, a supply of delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from efoodsdirect.com. Their holiday gift and family packs start at $99 for a 16-day supply, while their 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals includes a personal backpack in case of a grab-and-go emergency. Order their combo gift pack, and you'll save hundreds, plus get free shipping on your entire order. Call eFoods today at 800-409-5633 or visit them online at efoodsdirect.com/Alex to find the special. That's 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. I am Alex Jones, your host. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've got Mancow Muller, Eric Mancow Muller, syndicated radio host, joining us in the first 20 minutes of the next hour. Then Lyndon LaRouche is joining us, and then we'll have open phones for large portions of the third hour today. In fact, I'll probably even try to take some calls while Lyndon LaRouche is on with us if you have any economic questions. Again, I don't endorse some of LaRouche's solutions, but his analysis of who runs the world, the eugenics, population control program, they were one of the first groups 30 years ago to accurately track exactly what was going on. And I'd read their stuff 16, 17 years ago and go, oh, this isn't true. And I separately, doing my own original research, found that they were telling the truth. And it's, again, some people go to Disney World and say, I discovered Disney World. You know, you discover it for yourself. I'm not even saying I found original stuff. I'm saying I went out separately and kept running in to this information. They've got it dead bang on. Dead bang on. And, of course, LaRouche was also advisor to Ronald Reagan, of all people, and was the CIA director, called him the best private intelligence analyst and all the stuff in the Washington Post. And, boy, the government, George Herbert Walker Bush got jealous, and they threw his butt in prison. Now, we've got a bunch of reports coming in. Foreclosure fraud whistleblower has been found dead. MSNBC is reporting just incredible information on that front. More news on Fukushima radiation risk are severely underestimated. No kidding. We're going to be getting into all of that. We've got incredible federal orders now, basically following the orders of Herr Lieberman, to extrajudicially start delisting anti-government, quote, terror-supporting websites off the web, just delisting them so you can't find it. We're already have been delisted from Google News, Infowars.com, and PrisonPlanet.com in the last year. They've moved us down in the rankings, even though we're #1. They're doing everything they can, but now there's government announcements that they're ordering that whole databases of terms they give Google be delisted. And this is kind of an a la carte internet kill switch. I've got that in the news that I'm going to raise with Mancow and some other issues coming up in the next hour. But just huge developments that are taking place right now. That's why more than ever, you've got to get the URL of Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com out to everybody you can. Spray paint it on the side of your business. Spray paint it on your billboard or the side of your barn if it's your property. We don't say write it on bathroom stalls over the cuss words. You don't want to censor the cuss words. That's wrong. I'm not saying if there's some globalist Homeland Security billboard to climb up on it and spray paint Infowars.com. We should let them have a trader's senate who says they're allowed to insider trade and be public criminals, pass laws saying citizens can be arrested, held forever, tortured, killed, whatever. That's George Washington would love that. We shouldn't do anything to try to resist this. Okay, I'm being sarcastic now. The point is that they're slowly accelerating their program, and now they're getting pretty much to a jog now of censorship and control, blotting out thousands of domains a month. It is on. So that's coming up. Huge financial news as well. In fact, it's now in the news. Bloomberg, Fed lowers interest rate on dollar swaps. And if you look at this, it's basically just more free taxpayer money to the European Central Bank, which is really the same shareholders of the Federal Reserve. So it's just one hand giving it to the other hand. But the hands are attached to the same system. Fed lowers interest rate on dollar swaps. 6 central banks, led by the Federal Reserve, lowered the cost of emergency dollar funding for financial companies in a global effort to ease Europe's sovereign debt crisis. And that sent the markets up. And then a week from now, they'll be back down. They'll be, give us another giant bailout. And the markets will go up. And then, oh, they went down, a new crisis. As they take over every country and say, we'll fix your economy for a few weeks if you just give us total sovereignty and promise to raise all your taxes to pay to the private banks who actually engineered the fraud. I mean, it's that brazen, it's that naked. Here's some of the other headlines. Bank downgrade rampage. Goldman, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup just got cut by S&P, Standard & Poor's. Standard & Poor's rating service just cut the ratings of Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, and Citigroup from A to A-. So it was A+, then it was A, now it's A-. Now you see the cities and counties and states starting to go bankrupt. It is beginning. And it'll all be imploded into this new global mega bank that issues global bonds. First a Europe bond, then a global bond. And they'll say, if you're tired of the depression, give your sovereignty over to the banks. And we're like, but wait, those are the same bankers that engineered this. Delist their website, shut them down. You know, we just got new government documents yesterday, which the government admits. They list mainline libertarian websites like antiwar.com. They list the Oklahoma City bombing investigative committee headed up by State Rep Charles Key, and it's got the former head of the grand jury, Hoppy Heidelberg, and victims and families, members of victims of Oklahoma City who were there saying, hey, we've got the footage of the bombs in the building on local news. We got police saying there were bombs. We've got the ATF showing up minutes after, dressed up in bomb gear. We've got the witnesses in the building saying they saw feds planting big gray sticks of butter who they said were telephone men the day before, McVeigh with known federal agents. You know, we've got all these federal memos that have been leaked and lawsuits that have gotten the FOIA request that show the government was involved, and the FBI head of counterterrorism was there that day, lied about it publicly to Congress. We want an investigation. And you know what Homeland Security has them listed as? Domestic terrorist. In fact, I want to get State Rep Charles Key on about this. It says they are terrorists. It actually says under domestic terrorism, homeland security. And they actually give this to every police department. Oh, officers, if they investigate the government blowing this up, they're terrorists. I mean, we have criminals in the government, bought and paid for by the mega banks. They're trying to fully convert us over to a tyranny, and the tunnel only gets deeper and darker if they, you understand, there's no America, there's no nothing. They want to destroy the free market. They want you poor. They want to end the American dream. And cowardly going along with this is only going to empower the system. Do we have that RT clip from yesterday ready? We do, good. On the nightly news last night, I played this clip, and I played other senators admitting that, yes, it's for U.S. citizens, including John McCain, and I want to get to that in a few minutes. And then Du is converting the clips from last night's show. I forgot to tell him, so I can play them here. He's transferring them off that computer system over to this system. I don't know, the files they have over there don't play over here, so we're waiting on those so that I can play you the clips that we put together for the nightly news last night of all these senators going, yes, this legislation does allow the secret arrest and permanent detention of Americans with no judge, no jury, no nothing. The Army will rule America. Just absolute total tyranny. Just 100% secret arrest, you disappear. And they've said in other rulings, we can kill you, we can torture you. Just absolute Joseph Mengele level, off the charts, just North Korea. North Korea. And they'll slowly implement it, of course. It'll be a bad man. It'll be a child molester. It'll be an Al-Qaeda to say, well, you know, they don't deserve any due process, so that you never find out what really happened. I mean, just total 110% bondage. It says if you're suspected by any branch of the military, you're gone. And I have Rand Paul talking about it. I have McCain admitting it. I have Lindsey Graham admitting it. I have all the clips. And still, oh, by the way, the bill passed the Senate. And it's going to go into conference, but the House passed a similar bill, so now it's going to go to Obama's desk. He says he's going to veto, which I've got to say is good. But remember when they tried to give him this power last year, he said, well, I can still have secret arrest and kill American citizens abroad or domestically. I don't need Congress to pass this law. They tried to pass it last year. So last year, I haven't seen Obama's threatened veto statement. It's not public yet. He just said, we'll have a veto. But I did see it last year, and it was, I already have this authority. I don't need you to give it to me. So the lawyers are like, don't even have it under law. That implies that this tyrannical act could be repealed at some time. Execute it through the executive, just as you have done with the new wars you have launched. Don't call it war. Throw that in the slave's face. Destroy the meaning of logic and language. Sire. Of course, he's actually just a minion. Came out, Rahm Emanuel cracks his knuckles in meetings, bosses Obama around, verbally slaps him around. And, of course, Emanuel himself is a puppet. But you know, that's basically the view. We will begin robo-signing, even though it's been ruled to be illegal in your bills. Throw it in their face. No president has ever served as the head of the UN Security Council in its 60-year history plus. But you will serve as the head of the rotating post. That's why they had the Rockefellers, and they had Kissinger and Brzezinski, and I showed the clips. It's in Fall of the Republic. But they are there at the UN in New York, and they're shaking. They're laughing. Some of them have tears in their eyes. They're going, oh. And they actually said on the news, this is quite a moment for them, seeing the president over the UN. While he's president, it's against Article 9, section, I forget, section on the back of Fall of the Republic. Hold on. I know a lot about the Constitution, but sometimes Article 1, Section 9 of the U.S. Constitution, by seating himself at the head of the United Nations Security Council. Again, he's brazenly violated Article 1, Section 9. The first president to chair the council. And, I mean, they had tears in their eyes. The level of squatting on us and spitting in our face and dragging us through the mud. And now they've introduced new legislation to openly say unlimited torture for false confessions, terror, fear. They already have had federal and state courts rule. Police can taser you to make you answer questions. I thought there was a Fifth Amendment. No, you can actually type into the search engine. I've seen this in the last 6 years in Florida, New York, and other states. They've had federal and state judges rule The gentleman would not answer questions while at the hospital, so he was restrained and tasered 19 times until answering. And, of course, that was because of a lawsuit. The guy had heart palpitations and a mild heart attack, and the judge said, we can kill you. And the media is saying, hey, let ESPN cover up child rape for 10 years. That's come out. And I've heard him defending it. You know, it came out with Syracuse and all this. The wife saying, yeah, he's raped kids in front of me. And the media's like, well, let ESPN cover that up. What's the big deal? Murder, torture, rape, death.